You see someone you like, let's say you swipe right, or let's say you want to send them a DM or a text, actually probably more of a DM. How do you take your DM game from sexy to muy sexy?
Okay, you say sexy. It doesn't.
Okay, or let's take it from good to sexy, from sexy to muy sexy. I don't know. I'm just trying to spice up the question here for
So it doesn't have to be a sexy intro. So this is actually where a lot of people go wrong. Again, It depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
If you put in your bio, hey, looking for something casual and you want to get right to the point, sure, sexy can be a good idea.
Okay.
If you are on there and you're looking for something more long-term and a man sends me a message and it is sexual right away, or it is saying something about my body or something inappropriate, right away you've lost interest. Okay. That is not the type of man I want to spend my time with. It's not the type of man I want to get to know, because it doesn't seem like he wants to get to know me. It seems like he's more preoccupied with having dirty talk and getting laid up. Right? So you actually want to be really careful. So I tell people your intro is very important.
Okay.
Over and over again, you'll see online people say the minimum. I'm talking like, hey, what's up? Mm-hmm. Hey, what are you up to today? How was your weekend? These are the same mundane questions that we use when we see our friends at work, no?
Okay.
When we're walking past the water pool and be like, hey bro, how's your weekend? No, good. Nobody really gives you real answers.
Right.
Tangible, fun stories of the weekend. Nobody really dives deeper. It's very surface level. Okay. So you got to picture it this way. I always say, if you're a man, put yourself in the woman's shoes. If you're a woman, put yourself in the man's shoes. I can tell you, women get several of these messages every single day.
Okay.
So if I'm opening my inbox and I have 8 guys today that are all like, hey, what's up? I'm bored. Like, I don't have the time. I'm a busy woman. I got work to do, whatever. I don't want to sit there and answer the same damn question. That doesn't allow our relationship to go any further. It doesn't allow me to get to know anything more about you. Okay. However, if one guy out of those 8 really puts a little bit of effort into it, and it's very simple. This can be something, if you want to go a little deeper, it can be something really interesting, funny, a random fact. Mm-hmm. It can be as simple as saying, so instead of saying, hey, how was your day? What about something simple like, what is something that happened today that put a huge smile on your face?
Ooh. Okay.
I do that. What would you say?
I would respond to that. I would respond to that. I was also thinking if I was online dating and to separate myself from the other, hey, what's up, bro? I was thinking, how about saying something like, I like your style.
So a compliment is always a great way to start when starting a conversation. However, open-ended is not.
Okay.
So you can say that, hey, I love your style. I love your hair in that pic. That's a badass jacket you're wearing. It doesn't matter what the compliment is. Okay. But then you want to lead to a question.
Okay.
You cannot get to know someone unless you're curious. Lead with curiosity. Okay. You don't want to be stuck on a date and you're doing all the talking. You also want to ask them questions. Okay. A conversation will just sit and eventually fade away and do nothing because of lack of questions. So if you say, I like your style, her response might just be, thanks.
Gotcha.
There's nothing for her to grasp onto.
All right. So what are like the openers that that'll pique a woman's curiosity?
So there's no, I hate, I see a lot of dating coaches out there that are like, in 3 seconds, land your woman and, do these 5 things and you're going to have sex tonight.
I saw one on YouTube because I was just Googled a couple dating advice just for the sake of the show. And then all of a sudden the YouTube algorithm blasts this on my recommended page. I got laid in 4 minutes. This is how. I'm like, okay, come on.
There's no manual that's going to work for every person, right? Women are so different. Men are so different, what they're on there for, what they want, what they don't want, who they are. So one sentence might work for somebody else and the next sentence might not. So I can't even give you one line and say this is going to work. Generally speaking, there's things that work. Compliment works. Okay. Right? Everyone wants to feel, as long as the compliment is genuine. Okay. If you just ramble on about the things you think you should say, never deliver a compliment unless you actually mean it, right?
Right.
Ask questions. It could be anything. It could be, if you want to go wacky and absurd, what would your tombstone say? I know this is a random question, but I hate small talk. I want to know what one sentence you'd put on your tombstone. Mm-hmm. Bam. If I were to book a flight tomorrow for the both of us, tell me where we're going.
Okay. How about you had a really horrible Friday? What's your drink order going to be tonight?
Exactly. Okay. It's giving you intel. Number one, it's saying like, okay, are they adventurous? Are they going to go along with this little, this fun with me? Mm-hmm. You're learning, what are their travel destinations? So if they answer that question, now you have a whole other topic to dive into. Now possibly their favorite drink. Okay, so I'm going to pick a bar or a wine lounge or a cocktail, whatever it is on our first date. And I know, what she likes now, what she likes to drink. Or if she comes over to my house for dinner, guess what I'm going to have waiting on the table for her? This is all intel, right? It's learning about each other to see if you really are a good match.
Okay.
So you just want to be curious is the main thing. And also keeping the momentum going is really important. So some people will message you for the first time and then they'll disappear for 3 days.
Okay.
Or they'll disappear for 2 weeks and, both people are bored and they'll come back online and be like, hey, how's the last 2 weeks been? Okay. Momentum is so important. Women want to see the movement. We want to see the next step. And what happens is we lose interest in that amount of time, or we assume that you're busy talking to other women and you really didn't care and we're the second option. Or we could have been swept off our feet by somebody else in that amount of time.
some other Fabio.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a lot of time, even if it's a quick text to say, hey, I got a busy few days at work. Just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you. I can't talk to you today, but you ran across my mind. I'm so looking forward to meeting you on Wednesday. Whatever it is, there's no reason you can't take that 8 seconds to text to let them know that you're still there and you're interested, but you might be a little MIA due to whatever it is in your life. Does that make sense? It's just making it really clear.
It makes sense.
The woman knows where you stand, right?
Right. Keep the momentum going, but eventually you got to take that next step because for me, I'm more like text message and I check my emails way more religiously than DMs or whatnot. Mm-hmm. So let's say, okay, you ask a question, she's reciprocating and you want to take it to the next step. When is the appropriate time to take it to the next step and ask her for that date? Or at the very least, hey, you know what? I don't check my inboxes that often. I would love to send you a text message. And then from text messaging to the date, when is the appropriate time and how do you go about that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think people will have varying answers here, only because some people like to take their time and really get to know someone. That could be because they're just getting out of a really difficult divorce, just got out of a relationship, and so they're a little more timid. Some people want to get to the point. They want to meet up with you really quick for coffee to see, is this worth pursuing or not? So generally speaking, your first conversation, in my eyes, is not an option. That is literally just your intro. If you introduce something too quick, like, hey, let's get together, and you've just asked me one question.
Whoa, yeah, that's too quick.
I'm like, I feel like it's a little aggressive. You literally haven't asked me anything, so you're not interested in truly getting to know me.
You're coming off as thirsty.
Yeah, desperate. There's a lot of things that we can jump to, right?
Right.
I say about 3. If you have 3 really good text conversations, and by good, I mean worth something. You went a little deeper, you learned something, not just, hey, how was your day today? Mm-hmm. Then take the next step. And during COVID, actually a beautiful thing that's kind of a transition that has happened during COVID is people are using the phone a lot more and video calls a lot more. And actually, even on the apps now, a lot of them have the option on top, they have a little video icon. And immediately when you're texting someone on a dating app, you can press that little video and you're immediately on a video date. Okay. It can save you so much time and so much energy, because I think everyone has experienced that, where there's this amazing buildup. You're talking to this person for a month and a half. Finally, you get together and you're like, oh, this guy is nothing like I thought. So on the text messages, he was super funny and he was outgoing, and then now there's 0 chemistry. Mm-hmm. You feel kind of like you've wasted, like that time has been taken away from you, right? Right. So a quick phone call and a quick video chat will allow you to get a little closer, putting a face to the name, hearing your voice, seeing your facial expressions. You can absolutely flirt on video, right? So you have that option.
There is digital flirting. Digital flirting is a thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you'll see within minutes whether or not this is somebody you want to go on a date with. If that video date goes amazing, then that's your next step. I loved this chat we had. Like, how about we bring this, in person? How about we go grab a coffee? I'd love to take you out for a bite to eat. Let's go make a picnic. Whatever you want to do, that's your intro to that. But you also have to keep in mind that, everyone is dealing with COVID a little differently. I'm in Canada. We were just, talking about that factor in California. And so the rules and regulations are different. The only thing I would say with in-person dates right now is be sensitive to how the other person feels about it. Okay. So make sure this is a new piece of communication that is now a part of our dating life that never was before. See how they feel about Corona. Or do they feel safe getting together in person? When we get together in person, do you want to wear a mask? Do you want to go for a walk so we can distance? Do we stay outside for a date? These are all questions to ask someone. And if they want to wait, I've even heard of people getting tested before going out on a date. They both agree to get tested. So there's there's certain levels, but some people take this very seriously and other people are casual, right? So those are the reasons why you want to ask. And this is twofold. Not only does it keep you safe in a really strange time, but it is also showing the other person that you care. If a man were to ask me those questions before a first date, that is a turn off. I'm like, he cares about my safety, he cares about my health, he cares about my comfort level on this date, and wants to know that I am 100% feeling safe and comfortable being with him. Are you kidding me? What woman doesn't want that?
Okay.
Right?
No, you're right.
Pay attention to those small details goes a long way.
And some guys might be like, well, that's simping. No, that ain't simping. Simping to me is when you're trying to do way too much for a woman that's not interested in you. You're just being a gentleman, and guess what? Chivalry ain't dead. So that's chivalrous.
The difference between being genuine.
Yeah.
Right? If it doesn't feel genuine to you, don't do it. But if you're truly interested in getting to know someone, you should be interested in their well-being as well.
Okay. All right, then let's say when you take that next step, like, you had a couple exchanges, she tells you your favorite drink order, you know her favorite color, maybe she's like, okay, like, I don't know, this is my style after, like, let's say a couple days of texting, let's say she's like, I really want to know more about you.
Yeah.
Me as a dude, my style would be like, I would love to tell you more, but that's a long story. How about we talk about it over coffee or dinner?
Absolutely.
And then some girls might say, I'm not quite ready, but don't take it personally though, fellas, or, okay, move away. Maybe I feel like I'm being dragged along, or, okay, she's just being careful. There's
a way you can phrase this. You can say something along the lines of, look, I'm having a really great time getting to know you. I'm loving the conversations we're having, the connection we have. I don't know if this is too soon for you, but I would love to bring you out for dinner next week. Okay. You let me know how you feel. I'm good waiting either way. We can keep this going, but I would love to see you in person.
I would add an icebreaker as a guy. I would add at the end, well, P.S., a girl's got to eat.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. Your personality, right? Like if you're funny, if you want to leave a little joke, it does not have to be serious. I'm just giving you a blanket, a general example. But please, infuse your personality into it. You're still stating your intentions. So you're telling them what you want out of this. You're moving it forward because we don't know. In her mind, she could be sitting there going, why is it taking so long? He hasn't asked me on a damn date. When is he going to do this?
A girl's got to eat, right? I want that food.
Exactly. She might have been wanting you to do this all along. So in her mind, she said, yes, let's go out, finally. Yeah. But you're also setting it up in a way to give her the opportunity to say, you know what, let's chat for another week or two. And then if you don't mind, I'd like to wait a little bit longer. Okay. Again, you're making her feel comfortable, right? You're being... We like confidence. Women love confidence. We want our man to control the situation. If you're interested in her, you want to show her. But there is a fine line between aggression. You still want to care about her feelings and where she stands on things, right? So you kind of got to be careful with that. But you can usually sense it in the conversation, whether that person wants to take that next step, right? Right. Definitely. Just don't get stuck in the 2-month texting cycle. Oh, heck it is a nightmare. Nothing beats that face-to-face interaction. So yes, that is definitely something you want to make a move towards.
Awesome. Well, I think this is it for part 1. Thank you guys for watching part 1 of your come up. Does modern dating suck, or do you suck at dating? Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you don't miss part 2 of where Shantelle will answer at the end. Do we suck at dating, or does modern dating suck? Tune in next time.